Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Burn the Wagon. I just wanted to burn some sage and open up with a prayer song in hopes to guide our conversation in the right way. And then hopefully, you all out there can take that sage and hopefully take that into your day and have some good encounters with other people out there in the world. So, today, I'm going to have a friend, a person I've known and seen grow up in his childhood from Lake County. His name is TJ Marcks. I also wanted to talk to you guys about I'm going to be a new host on the radio show, local radio show here in Santa Cruz, KSQD, Unheard Voices. So definitely check that out. And we just got a website for Burn the Wagon, so that'll be coming soon. So tune in for that, and we'll have all these updated episodes. So yeah, so tune into that. Another thing I wanted to point out that I just started reading this book, They're There. So if anybody has read it or wants to read it and wants to just take notes and talk about it together, definitely tune in with me and we can talk about it on the next episode, or you can message me. I'm going to invite TJ now, and then we'll have a good conversation about him being a student athlete. So I'm going to send the invite now, TJ. I just sent the invite on over. If you want to join. Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining me, man.
Thanks for having me.
I know you probably got a busy schedule, man. That voice is deep.
Something like that.
I haven't seen you in a long time, man. The last time I saw you, I think you were 14,
Yeah.
up at Leo's mom's house.
Yeah, I just graduated from 8th grade, and then you were moving to Santa Cruz last time.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's crazy. And then okay, so let's start off with an introduction about yourself and who you are, where you grew up, and the tribes you're from, and then we'll also talk about the Samoan side that you got going too.
I got you. My name is TJ Talamoni Marks. I'm from Lake County. I've been all over Lake County, so I just like to say I'm from Lake County. I'm from Habemetul, Pumo of Upper Lake. Grew up there. Born in Marysville. My mom and dad separated, so I moved to Lake County with her, and then spent some time with my grandmother, and then we finally got our own place. But yeah, I've been all around Lake County. Lived basically everywhere in Lake County, so I take pride.
And you graduated and played football and basketball at Clear Lake, or?
Clear Lake High, but it's in Lakeport. It's a small town.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I never really spent time over there. I knew for a little minute you guys lived in Nice or something like that, right?
Yeah, we're living
Yeah,
in
yeah. It's hot over there, right?
somewhat. I mean, hotter than Point Arena.
Yeah, definitely. Everything's hotter in Point Arena, the city of fog in Point Arena. All right, so you said you grew up with your mom, and then at a certain point Leo did come in. First, I actually want to talk about yeah, you said you lived all over Clear Lake and stuff, but also want to talk about the places you've traveled for sports, like the Indigenous Bowl, and stuff like that. Not only playing all over Lake County, but playing in other states as well, right?
I've traveled. Where is it? I traveled to DC, Hawaii, Australia, Nevada, Arizona, Oregon, all of California. So I've been a lot of the West Coast.
Man, and is that all for basketball and
Uh,
football, or is it?
Football, and then I went to a summit for Native youth in DC.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
dope, man. And because you were a part of that Santa Rosa League, the Hawks, right? Is that a native team or is it just anybody?
Well, it was supposed to be starting out as a Native team, and then it moved to just being basically everybody. And then I met a lot of cool people, made a lot of connections with them, and yeah.
And is that where you met the homie Jacob?
Yeah, that's where I met Jacob, and then yeah, I didn't. I honestly can't. Probably 7th to 8th grade, and then after that, I couldn't remember a time without seeing Jake at one of the tournaments. So
Yeah, that's how it is, man. You when you go to these tournaments, you see a lot of the same people. Um,
yeah,
Did you ever get into fast pitch, or is that not something that you like?
I never really got it. I mean, I played a couple tournaments with Leo and the Savages, and a couple times law ball. Other than that, like they just say go out there and just play, and I was like, yeah. I just wanted to play sports. It was just always a big thing for me.
Yeah, yeah. Going because your mom's really going back to your mom. She played basketball too, right? And
Yeah,
I probably played softball and stuff too.
he played basketball and soccer.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
I didn't really know. I didn't think she played softball. I think she played a season, but I just know her from majority of basketball, and but she played a little bit of soccer as well.
Yeah, I see her. I see her pictures posting her playing basketball and stuff back in the day. So that's definitely who got you started into sports and stuff. Would you say she's your biggest inspiration and your biggest, your motivator behind
Uh,
all?
yeah, there's other key opponent or key things that came into just playing sports, and but yeah, I really started out with just basketball. I just knew her for basketball, and I was like, I want to be better than her. So that's why I was just like, I just want to play ball. That was
You,
about
did
it.
you did you score end up with more points than her at the end of your high school career?
I honestly didn't do the math, but the only thing that was like that made me like majorly proud was we both me, her, and my little brother got our banners with our names in the gym.
That's dope.
Oh,
All three names. That's up there. That's sick.
yeah.
So we talked. You participated in the Indigenous football. Where did that part? Where is that at? Was that in
Uh,
D?
Not the name exactly. I couldn't find it, but it was in San Diego area. It was
Oh,
like
okay.
towards what's that? The Friday after next when he goes to
Oh,
Cucamonga. I
Rancho Cucamonga. Yeah.
think it was like probably an hour from there.
Okay.
So
And
where
like, how long did you guys like have to practice for that? Like, or did you guys just have like?
well, I was practicing with the team down here at the JC at the time. It was during the summertime, and so and then I just told my coach, hey, I'm gonna head down to uh LA area. I was like, I got an all-star game for the native people, like native team, and he was like, all right. So I headed down there probably like 3 days before, but they're practicing. They're practicing a little bit before that, like a couple of days. But I got there and started practicing with the team, and got familiar with the people and everything. So it was cool.
Man, you just hopped on the squad and just started playing, huh? Didn't even care.
That's how it usually is.
Yeah, don't even matter. You just got. What do you play?
I played. Now I play nose tackle, and three tech. It's just the two inside guys on the D line. But in high school, I played D line, O line, everything. And you just give me the ball, and basically that's how it was.
Man, I remember seeing a video a while back of you. I think it was you playing tug of war with some dude in the weight room.
Oh yeah,
Man, you pulled that kid back. Or that was you fucking strong as shit. Are you living in Santa Rosa right now?
yeah. I live in Santa Rosa right now.
And
Towards
what's your workout regimen like?
well, right now it's basically just trying to stay in shape. I think my biggest thing for me is weight. Because native kids, you just see food, you're like, damn, I want that.
Yeah.
That's really how it is. Just keep my weight down, staying strong, staying fast, basically playing how I should, but without losing anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. Because because you're on the defensive line. There's some big boys out there.
So you got to stay fast. You can't. And if you gain more weight, then you just get slower, and it's easy for O lineman to block you.
That's another thing I was kind of noticing is like the defensive line is getting like a lot quicker
Yeah.
in
So
in this day and age.
yeah, it's a changing game. So
Yeah,
you got to keep up with it, or you're just gonna get left behind. That's really how it is.
definitely. That's and in that Indigenous Bowl, were you the only Pomo, or was there's other Pomos from?
There
Or
was from Northern California, but there was also like kids from North Dakota, kids from Florida, kids from Mississippi.
everywhere.
Yeah, and then I made a couple connections with one of the kids was from Fairfield, and then another kid was from Mississippi, and another kid was from Kansas. And I still talk to him from now and then, but hop on Fortnite, just play 2K, just hop on with him and just talk a little bit, or I just hit him up, say what's up, simple things like that.
Yeah,
But
that's what's up, man. Some friendships made for hopefully a lifetime, and that's hopefully what I like to do with this podcast too, is to connect Indigenous people to each other.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So we can continue friendships, so we can continue connections, and hopefully like meet each other again one day and stuff. You know what I mean?
Same team, and just go, or maybe just go to school, or just maybe get some coffee or something. Just simple things like that go a long way.
Exactly, because making connections and letting people know that we're still here and like hanging out with each other, and we're regular people, like you said. We want to do make a coffee date or go to the movies or whatever, like.
Yeah,
And just, yeah, I just want people to know, like, we're still just regular people, we're because people tend to like see us as a Hollywood, spiritual. We're all these spiritual people. Like, nah, we're regular people. We do regular things. We, like you said, we play Fortnite. We just we chill. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like, the thing is, my roommate, her aunt asked me. She's like, oh, I don't like. Do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving? I was just like, honestly, it's just an excuse for us to eat. Honestly,
Exactly.
we don't,
That's what I was telling people.
but it's just an excuse for us to eat, and that's how a
'Cause-
lot of us. I feel like,
yeah, exactly. We're not gonna pass up an opportunity to get a big ass meal together. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So we were kind of talking about you kind of mentioned your Samoan side, and I saw on Facebook or that you went to Hawaii and got some tattoos recently. Are you starting to get any connection to that side at all, or?
Well, my biggest thing is when I first got my first tribal tat in a sense, I never grew up. I was always raised native, and
Uh-huh.
so I never grew up on my Samoan side, and I never got a feel for it. I talked to my dad once in a while, but it wasn't consistent. So I never got basically like I never was able to get like the background or the heritage in that. So when first got my tribal tat, it was like the first connection I've had to it. I felt like, but after moving to Santa Rosa, I've learned other sides, not as Samoan and Tongan and Fijian, and living with my roommate, I basically got a lot of the Polynesian background, and I found out there was like a lot of similarities in the Native American and Polynesian side. So it's like I was exposed to it without knowing I was exposed to it, and I think that was probably the blessing that I figured out after a while. I was just like, wow, like I actually was exposed to it without knowing. But yeah,
Yeah.
I learned a lot of the basics behind my roommate and her family, and I go to a lot of the functions that they put on and they do. So on the Fijian side, it's not Samoan, but it's
Yeah.
just learning. So
It's a Pacific Islander, and like you said, there's a lot of connections, because a lot of it ultimately comes back to treating Mother Earth and treating the Earth as the not the God, but like the ultimate like thing to take care of, the thing to listen to, the thing to guide you in a sense, and I feel like that goes to a lot of Pacific Island places, like Hawaiians and, like you said, the Fijians and other places. Uh, and a lot of when I think of Samoan, I think of the what is it called, the when they're like they're slapping their I can't think of the damn name. What is it called?
the warrior dance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's another name for it too. The haka or the yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's what I think of when I really think of that side. Would you ever want to travel back to? Would you ever want to go there? Or and your mom said you have family in Hawaii, right? That you recently connected with.
Visit them. I always reach out every time I'm over there and like basically on the island and like, hey, like I'm in Hawaii, like let's go get some dinners. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? What are you guys doing? Let's hang out. Just simple things like that because you always want to make connections. You don't ever want to like. It's like going. It's like basically going to your mom's house without seeing your mom. Like you
yeah,
just.
absolutely.
I'm in your hometown. Like of course I'm gonna reach out. I
Yeah,
understand we're busy at times, but
yeah,
yeah.
and that's obviously that's on your dad's side. Yeah, I just think of like the Samoan culture is so wild and so foreign. I've never really gotten into it until like having this conversation with you now. Now I really want to know more about the Samoan culture and Samoa in itself because I don't really know about a lot about Samoa.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
it's just little things. I feel like if you just learn the Polynesian background of Tonga, the Fijians, the Samoans, there's even other like Michael Polynesian like stuff like that. It's just little things. A lot of similarities. The only difference is we're on the mainland and then they're on our own island, where a lot of it's similar and a lot of our art, a lot of our like traditions is really similar to what they do. And I've noticed that learning from her side.
have you have you met a lot of Samoans and Fijians and stuff like that through football?
Yeah, I've actually met a lot. I'm actually supposed to go to the field after with one of the Fijians that on my team. Played D line with him all year, and then I talk to him all the time about basic stuff, and then we also joke around about a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
that's the thing that people need to realize too is like you said we're joking around a lot, that's the thing that connects us a lot too is I think the humor, the comedy, just roasting each other is like a thing that is a huge thing in our cultures. And that's another thing I want to kind of bring to this podcast too is like the shit talking aspect is and the laughter because nothing hits harder than than a native woman sitting next to you laughing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, earlier we were talking about some of your biggest motivations and getting into it and getting playing all these sports and kind of just the motivation behind working out and getting to. I'm assuming the ultimate goal is to getting to the NFL. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And man, dude, like you got this. You got this, man. You can tell you're working hard. Your head's down. You got the right people behind you. So definitely want to know some of your inspirations and like who do you look up to in the NFL right now?
the NFL probably. I butcher his name all the time, but the D tackle for the Buccaneers, 50 number 50.
I,
Yeah, I don't
I'll
want
look him up. I'll
to.
look him up because I don't want to butcher his name either.
Yeah. But he's playing at 346, 6'3", same height, same build as me. And I probably look at him and Jim Thorpe, probably them two, were probably the native athlete because you don't see a bunch of native athletes, especially in the NFL. Like it's not common. Polynesian, yeah, it's really common, but just probably how he plays the game and how he just goes out there with a smile on his face every day and just goes and balls. That's probably those two major athletes in my eyes that I look up to playing the game.
Awesome, hell yeah. And like you said, the ultimate goal is the NFL. But after this, you're definitely gonna have to go to a four-year college. Do you have what's your plan after this?
Well, I'm talking to Dixie State right now. That's
Okay,
one in Utah. I had a bunch of D2s, D3s, NIs, but I personally thought I was. I don't want to sound arrogant or anything, but I think I can play at the next level, and I think that next.
absolutely.
So that's why I held out for another semester just to hopefully pick up more scholarships for Division One. That's what the hopes and dreams are because I just want to play ball somewhere big, and I feel like a lot of people should because a lot of people only watch really D1s in a sense. I feel like they watch a couple D2s, but it's usually like hometowns and stuff like that. But Division One, I feel like to get my name out there across the board, like he's 6'3", 330, and he's moving like that. That's the kind of talk I want to get when I move to the next level.
Absolutely, man. And I think Jim Thorpe was. I'm going back to that, but I think he was one of the original like founders of the NFL. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually named. I think he named the Cleveland Indians. It was a football team at first, I believe.
Yeah, like the Cleveland Browns in a sense.
Yeah, but then I think it the name switched over to the baseball team
Oh,
at
okay.
at a certain point. But yeah, I think he was the original creator of that team's name. The now it's the Cleveland I think baseball team, but yeah, I was gonna ask you another question. what was it? Man, I forgot. But yeah, and your brother's right behind you too. Is he going? He's at Santa Rosa too, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't talk on him what he's gonna do in the future, but I just know it'll be good things, great things.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. Both of you guys have been balling for days, man. And you put in the amount of work that you guys do. You definitely deserve to get to a spot. And Santa Rosa JC, I hear, is a really good college.
yeah, that's what I try. I talked to Coach Wags when I was actually at one of my All Star games in Hawaii for football. I was at the APS game, and I was about to leave, and he caught me when I was leaving. He's like, he was just basically saying, "What's up, TJ? I would love to have you here at the JC." And I was waiting for that phone call because I heard about the JC years, like probably my freshman in high school, like, oh, you should go play for the JC, this and that. And I was talking to Butte, I was talking, other major schools, but JC caught my mind, caught my eyes right away. So that's where I really wanted to go, and I pursued it.
Awesome, man. And I don't know if you ever heard of Martin. I think his last name's Tevisu. He went to
Yeah,
Boonville, and
that's my question. I that was actually when you sent me the questions over, probably one of my big influences. He took the love and the hate and like made me who I am in a sense today. And him and my other coaches as well. Like I probably have three solid coaches that I could owe a lot to. Like if they needed a shirt off my back, I would give it to them. Type love.
yeah, I remember watching him play in high school. He was badass, man. He was huge. He was strong as shit. And yeah, that's awesome that he came back to the area because I think he played for the Jets for a little bit, right?
Yeah, he played for the Jets. And then he played for one other team. I think it was the Colts. Yeah, he played for the Colts.
Yeah,
And
that's just like that's another inspiration right there. Just like a person that grew up on, in Boonville, you know what I mean? Just like you said, he's right there, coaching you, teaching you everything he learned. You know what I mean? That's awesome, and that's what we need more of is people like that, coaches like that, that you relate to on that you can relate to on a daily basis because you know he went through the struggle, same struggle as you. You know.
I couldn't probably I wouldn't be who I am without him and Coach D and Coach Wise, honestly. But I owe like a great thanks to Martin. I wouldn't be half the player I am without him today.
That's
So
awesome, man. That's super good to hear because, like I said, that's an inspiration of someone that I grew up watching and when he was in high school. That's super awesome, and to see that it can be done by someone that I was in the same room as at one point. Yeah, that's really awesome. And is there any topics that I kind of didn't bring up that you kind of want to bring up that you want to like get out there to the world that you really? Oh, another thing is I wanted to ask you, what is your major?
oh, my major is sociology. I plan on using it for like to help the reservation kids. Like basically, besides a gang, besides a bottle, besides a needle, like there's other ways to get out. And I know maybe your way is not my way, which my way was sports, but we can find it through school. We can find it through artwork. There's other ways, and basically outlets to channel your hate, your happiness, all your emotions than just those three things. And I feel like I hope to get my point across. My dream is to open a gym in a sense where it's also like a tutoring place, like where kids that go after school, they get tutored, and then after they hit the gym or like they work on what you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
like.
yeah. It's a
But
community center, yeah.
we
And
have
that's
trainers
an
as
amazing idea, man. Because not a lot of people, and like what you're saying is like not a lot of people talk about these mental health issues that are going on in our communities. You know what I mean? And when people go towards the bottle, they don't realize it's a mental health issue. Um, having an addiction is a mental health issue. And not a lot of us are willing to put the time in to get these people help. And this is what we need to relocate a lot of our money into these issues. And I know your mom said you were working at a homeless shelter for a bit, right?
Yeah, I was doing security work there, and so I saw a lot. I saw what they go through, but I also see like other things, But it was just crazy. I just saw big rats and like basically piss on the floor. And it was just, I can never live like this, and they could just drive me to push me to
Yeah.
never live. And I feel bad because I know not everyone in the homeless shelter wants to be there, but like it's they don't have a choice, and it's unfortunate to see. But yeah, it's just one of the things that just pushed me to strive, just made me strive better for my future. And like what you're going to detail, like then just getting basically no no like psychological help basically. I think my tribe does a great thing with instead of just giving us money, it helps us, like they make us earn it in school, or like funds for art, or just simple things like you need a new computer, like here, fill this out. And then they pay you to go to school, they pay your rent, and just simple things like that. It goes a long way. And I want to be here basically without it. I want to be able to afford my new phone. I want to be able to get a new computer. I want to be living in this nice home that I live in, and I want to have met a lot of the great people I have without their like basically helping me travel to my games,
Yeah.
or going to any of the states, going to Australia. But it's just simple things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes you like them like making you earn it is like another thing that instills hard work in you. And
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing that's helped you like strive, because there's nothing that's just given to you. You have to work for it.
And
And
that's what I learned a lot with my family, because it really did take a village to raise me and my brother and my little cousins. It was We're going through hardship, and my uncles, my aunties, and my grandma would help in a lot of ways, that taking us in, or while my mom was in the hospital, like they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do any of that. They didn't have to help us, but it did help a lot, and it helped form us who we were today. We didn't miss school for that, for her being in the hospital, being there. They helped us. They cleaned our clothes. They gave us food. Let us sleep in beds. They didn't have to give up any of that. They could have just gone about their day and just kept it moving. So,
yeah, absolutely. And that's not a lot of people realize that grandmas and aunts and uncles are huge in our communities. They raise us. There's no such thing as a babysitter. There's no such thing as anything like that. We don't. Nobody gets paid for that. It's just kind of like a given in these communities that you help. Like you said, it takes a village to raise each other, and like in most situations, each other is all we have. So that's what we have to go with. You know what I mean? Is each other. And like I was saying earlier, in these times of only having each other, a lot of the time, the only thing we have to do is joke and laugh at each other. So that's why when you hear a lot of Indians laughing in an awkward situation or a weird situation, because that's all we know how to do is laugh in times of hardship.
yeah, exactly.
Um, Another thing I didn't really touch on is like Clear Lake County is kind of like a redneck place.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to really grow up with any of that that racist mentality, or did you guys kind of always like surround yourself with like people that obviously that weren't with those aligned with those those thoughts and those.
Well, in a sense, like it was just a lot. I feel like Lake County. I mean, in some senses, it'll be like, who's this brown kid taking my kid's spot on the team?
Yeah.
That, I feel like I had a lot of that in a sense, but I was also like, I was never like considered the best player in a lot of my coaches' eyes, and so it made me work harder, and then it made me like basically stick out, because they're like, who's this 6'3", 330 kid moving like that? Like, he shouldn't be doing that. He should be slow. He should be this. He should be that. But a lot of people just knew me as like, I think what made me fit in the most was they're like, oh, he's an athlete. He's good.
Yeah.
A lot of Native kids just get looked at. Like I even got looked at a couple of times like that if they didn't know me. Like, but I feel like a lot of Native kids just got looked at. They're like, oh, they're from the reservation. Like, they start fights. They skip school. They do this. They do that. But my mom always like pushed me. She's like, She's like, do you want to be another statistic, or do you want to be that? And I was like, I want to be that. And she was just like, all right, then you don't need to do it. She
Yeah.
really Yeah, I don't want to say she was strict, but she was also fair at the same time, where it made a lot of sense, and then it made me and my brother think a lot before we did. Um, a lot of situations like, should we do this or should we just go? And a
Yeah,
lot of set it out because it wasn't our game. It wasn't a part of us, and
yeah.
we didn't be a part of us. So a lot of times we just dipped out, and then yeah, basically it.
Well, I mean, look, that like you said, it's not strict, but it's just pointing you in the right direction of of not being another statistic. And at a certain point, Leo came in, and I wanted to ask, like, how was it with having Leo come in and then have six of his or five of his brothers be all of a sudden a part of your family? You know what I mean?
At first, it was difficult because I was always the man of the house. So, and then I would take care of my mom and brother.
Yeah,
And um, he came in. I was just like, oh, like it's whatever. Like I didn't think he would still be there. And then I gave him shit at times. Not gonna lie, I wasn't the perfect kid. Um, but I feel like over the years we bonded a lot more, and then we got to know each other, and then one thing led to another, and then yeah, he's basically my dad.
yeah,
I can't away from him. He did a lot of stuff for us. He helps out a lot, but I also try to like help too at times. Like he just got a car, and then I straight piped it for him. I one of my old coaches owns a pipe shop, and then I got a straight pipe for him because I know how like he likes his loud cars. So
yeah. He likes
I
out everything.
yeah, so I got his Challenger straight pipe for him and everything. Just one of the things that to say thank you, basically in a sense. But over the years, I try to do little things to help around the house in a sense, or like just say, hey, like thank you, you know.
Yeah,
But it was just little things. It wasn't like outrageous things, but
yeah. I mean, every little bit counts, man. And she's, that your mom sees that, and she's proud of that. She sees you trying to help. She sees the work that you're doing outside of the house as well, and then you come home and do that too. So that's huge, man. To you it may seem like a little bit, but to her it's a lot. So yeah, man, I really thank you for coming on and talking about your experience and your life and all your stuff you going forward, man. I definitely wish you the best. I know you work so hard. I've seen you work hard since you were a little kid. You got this, man. Like you said, you got the right people behind you. You got the right people pointing you in the right directions. You got the right people, like you said. You got Martin there. You got the right coaches. You got the right tools.
mhm.
You just got to apply it, man. You just got to keep applying pressure to this journey that you want to go down, man. Because seeing this, man, it's dope. It's inspiring. It's man. I know this kid who's gonna fucking work hard and he's gonna get to this place that he wants to get to. So
Mhm.
man, keep going, dude. Keep doing the shit. Yeah, and I really appreciate you coming on today and having a conversation, man. Thank you, really. I really do.
All right. I'll let you go and let you do your thing, but thank you for having me on too, and thank you for the followers who are gonna watch this. But yeah, follow this man right here. He's a great man. 14 years old, and I was asking where the hell did he go, and then he just dipped out, you know. But I needed my basketball teammate back. But yeah,
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Have a good one.
we'll get together in hoop someday, man. We'll go up there. I'll go up to Santa Rosa, and I getting back into basketball actually as we speak.
Most definitely, and then me and you and Elliot can run it.
Absolutely. I think he was in here just a little bit ago.
All right, let's get
All right, see ya.
deuces.
All right, thank you everyone that joined Burn the Wagon today. If anybody wants to join me, anybody that's out there watching that is, of indigenous descent, of Pacific Islander descent, who wants to join me, just have a conversation to talk about your journey, talk about who you are. But above all else, we're here to verbally burn the wagon that is patriarchy, capitalism, and colonialism. Thank you guys for joining me, and have a good day.